You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Stand Up, Sit Down, featuring in-depth discussion and interviews with stand-up comedians on the art of stand-up comedy. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Stand Up, Sit Down.
All right. How you guys doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Stand Up, Sit Down. I'm your host, Nick Perdue, and I'm here joined by the hilarious Demar Randy. How you doing, man?
What up, what up?
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm chilling, homie. What's up, dog?
I'm good. I haven't seen you for a while. You know, you out here doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm grinding, man.
How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm happier than I ever been, man.
That's good.
I can see the light. You know? I can see the light. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, okay, now I can really get my tunnel vision down because, like, you know, I can kind of see where this is going now.
There you go. There you go. So, you know, you are a LA native, right? And Compton bred.
Yeah, sir.
Right? What was that like? What was it like growing up in, you know, what some people will say is probably one of the roughest cities in America?
What's it like? I think it is a character building, man. You know what I'm saying? It gave me everything I need to be good at what I do now. Without that, I can't be this person here. You know, and so I like the no's, the violence, the rejection, you know, the discrimination, the love, you know what I'm saying, the togetherness, the community, all of that shit plays into what makes up Demar Randy. So without that, then I don't know who I'd be, you know.
Yeah.
So I love Compton. A lot of people want to leave, but I want to come back and help everybody. So.
There you go.
Everybody want to leave the hood, you know. Everybody want to leave the hood, but I just want to come back and help everybody out, you know. I got survivor's remorse. You know? I made it.
I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. That's funny. But now, okay, so growing up, were you the funny guy, you know, like in school? Were you the funny guy in the hood? Like people always knew Demar had a joke for him?
No. I was only funny around my friends and family.
Okay.
But like with strangers, I kind of like I turn down a little bit, you know, and I turn into like the observer, and I'm just watching, you know, just watch it. But you know, with my family, I'm hilarious. You know, they ask me, they be like, "Tell that story when, tell that time, tell that story." I'm good for telling that story. That's what I do, you know.
So kind of like, is that how you evolved into telling jokes on stage? It's just like a whole bunch of stories that you kind of whittled down into jokes. Well,
yeah, there's some of the stuff, yes. That's not how I came into stand-up, but that's one of the ways that I approach stand-up is with that in mind. You know, like taking like real true stuff and then turning it into, you know, translating it first, because you know I come from Compton and my life is a lot different. So I first have to recognize the story that is an interesting story, then translate it into mainstream, you know, American English, so that everybody can understand. So, you know, there's a couple of processes. You know, it's gotta go through a couple of filters first, and it still sounds like it's unfiltered, but it's been, trust me, it's been filtered. You know.
Okay.
It's still been filtered, even though they still cringe, and it's still they still cringe, but I took my foot off the gas on some of those, you know what I'm saying?
So there's a method to your madness, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, man, I love it. I like the symphony of emotions that I become the conductor. I mean, you might feel happy, you might feel sad, and then, you know, we laughing the whole time though. Gotcha.
Okay. But now let me ask you this. Have you ever used comedy to get you out of, you know, sticky situations?
I do it all the time. Are you that's how I'm still alive. My whole life in a sticky situation. Shit, yeah, I use it all the time. Just recently, I didn't pay for the train. I didn't pay for the metro train, and the lady stopped me, and she was like, "Why? I'm about to write you a ticket." I'm like, "Man, I make people laugh. Every day, I change people's lives. Every day, I take people who have had depressing days, and I make them smile, and they haven't smiled in years. You're about to take away my smile with this stupid ticket. Can you help a brother out?" She's like, "You're funny."
Did she write the thing?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Women cannot resist a funny man. It's just hard for them to do.
That's true.
They can't do. And if you happen to be somewhat good looking and you're funny, the world's yours.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything.
That's very true. It's very true.
Because I know a lot of people who have laughed them way into some pussy.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, man, he was funny. He was funny.
It's comic hot.
Right.
Yeah, it's comic hot. You
Right.
know, comedian hot. You know, it's like rock star. It's like a rock star or anybody else. Once you have a talent, then you become, much more sexy.
That's true.
Yeah, you kill in
That's
front
true.
of a chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she on stage doing your thing, the lights is on, people. Yeah, they're like, okay, I'm gonna get him some. I'm gonna go ahead and get him some.
You're so funny. Oh my God, you're so funny.
But the only thing about that is because, like, comedians, we really don't have groupies like rock stars do. Because, rock stars have groupies, like, lined up, Comedians, unless you're like Kevin Hart or somebody, selling out Madison Square Garden, you really don't have, top shelf groupies.
Top shelf groupies, no. But you have something better, which is the bottom shelf groupies, which are way more experimental.
Do you have a groupie story?
Nope.
No, you don't have anything.
Nope, I don't kiss and tell.
No, I mean,
I don't kiss.
If she's bottom shelf, if she's bottom shelf, she may not even have the internet to even watch it. So, you could go ahead, if her name's Melissa, Sally or something, you can.
No, I do have interesting stories, but I can't say them because that'll mess up my future. I can't allow you to mess up my future. You know what I'm saying? The one thing you don't do is talk bad about hoes. You talk bad about the good girls. The hoes is gonna make this all worth it. You know what I'm saying? The hoes make it all worth it. When you show up to the club and then she do whatever she do. When she do it, you want that to continue to happen. You don't want no chick getting fearing that you might tell the
hoes getting mad at
I don't want the hoes mad. I can keep the good girls can be mad all they want to, but I'm gonna keep the hoes happy.
Is it hard to make thugs laugh?
No. It's hard if you don't have that thing in you that allows you to be totally free and open and cool with being you in front of anybody. They'll laugh if you and you don't have to be hard. You just they just like a motherfucker that's them, and that, like they know he knows that's you every day.
Yeah, and so you're not putting on a front. So like you on stage is who you are on stage.
Right.
It's just who you are just in your everyday life.
Well, not for the most part. I mean, no, that's not fair because on stage I have there's certain pieces of me that I reveal, and there's other pieces that I hold to myself. But I'm so open on a lot of stuff that I hold some stuff for me.
Okay, so let's talk about your first show.
Okay.
What was your first show like? Where was it? How long did you do?
The first show was Cliff from Lourdes Entertainment. He gave me my first try, and he paid me.
Oh wow!
And I sucked. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I sucked that bad, but I sucked bad for having done that was my first show, and usually I have my friends and family on the ground rolling, so I wasn't even used to polite laughter then. I didn't know what polite laughter was, like the public laugh, so I was like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't all the.
Like, this is funny.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all should be falling on the ground, rolling around, and you get back up, and then I tell you another one. And I'm like, they wasn't doing that. So for me, I took it as a bomb. I didn't really bomb, but I took it as a bomb because it wasn't what I was used to, and I didn't have the confidence to work through silence.
Gotcha.
I didn't have the confidence I didn't have the control of the crowd for the type of material that I wanted to do. So, I grew into my material. My material and the stuff that I do has always been there. It was I had to grow into it. I had to grow into my stuff.
Okay, so if a joke doesn't work, right? Do you still fully commit on that joke, or do you bail on it and say, "Okay, let me try and get him with this"?
No, I don't bail on anything.
So you fully commit, even if like you're like, yo, this is not working at all. You still commit all the way through.
Man, I had that problem, man. They go with it. Like, if I sell You know what I'm saying? Whatever I do, if I give it to them, they gonna eat it. You know, like. Because I ain't gonna bring you nothing that I don't think is hilarious, and crowds have given me the confidence to understand that everything I think is funny, they're gonna think it's funny. It's just about how confident I can give it to them, and if I'm spelling it all out properly, you know. So they giving me enough confidence to where I don't question it. I'm just like, yo, this is what we're doing today, right here, boom. This is what's on the menu. It's just like cafeteria food, you know what I'm saying? This is what's on the menu, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want that, then you're free to starve until the next day, the next meal pops out.
Okay, so what was your best show like?
The best show.
The best show.
That was the one at the Cal State Northridge.
Okay, tell me about that one.
That was okay. It's a story though. It has a whole story to it, but I have a certain process that I work my comedy through. And there was other comedians who told me that my process, you know, it wasn't going to work. They're like, that doesn't work. You know, like I'm at Marty's all the time. I work on my stuff all the time. So they were like, man, you got to get out of Marty's, man. I'm like, nah. I know what I'm doing right here. And so they're like, man, we're gonna show you, man. So we're gonna book you on this. We're gonna book you on this thing just so you can see. Just so you can see. We're gonna book you at the Cal State Northridge just so you can see. Right? I'm like, all right, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna test it. We're gonna test. We're gonna see who's works. And I get there. I'm nervous as hell. I'm always nervous. You know, anytime before a show, man, my stomach hurt. Yeah. You know, I did crack him up last night. I took a shit right before. Like I was like flushing the toilet as Tony Baker was calling my name. He said my name. He had to say my name twice because that's where I was coming from. So I get real nervous inside right before the set.
But you know that's good though, because I believe it was Chris Rock who said like if you don't get nervous before a show, then it means that you don't really care about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like no matter how long you've been doing it, if you still get nervous, still like get those pre-show jitters, that means that you still legitimately care.
Yeah, I do. I do legitimately care, but I don't care about how they feel about it, but I just it's just the adrenaline of going up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. And the fact that I usually don't know what I'm gonna say until I say it. So then I'm like, I have nothing to give me confidence that I'm gonna have a good set until the set is done.
Oh wow.
So I'm not like, oh, I got this I can do, and I got this I can do. I do have that, but I don't have that. I don't use that as confidence. So I'm really kind of right before the set. I'm like, you can tell me I'm a piece of shit. I'll probably believe you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can fuck my whole shit up if you talk to me right before my set. You know, but that's why I don't let people talk to me right before my set. You know, I get my zone.
So you were at Cal State Northridge,
right? And so so it's a mixed crowd. Mixed crowd. It was about maybe like 300-400 people in there. I do Marty's, which is like maybe like 4 or 5 people in there max. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I go, oh, all right. So he called my, they finally called me up, and I had all this nervous energy, and I go into attack mode when I feel scared. When I feel scared or I have fear, I attack it. So as soon as they call my name and I come up, and he's like, all right, Demar Randy, and I was just like, boom! I hit him with some. Reversal of slavery, and this is like a mixed crowd, and I see the black dudes over here. They start falling out their seats, and they was amping me up, and I just kept going. I think I got like 3-4 applause breaks, and then at the end of it, it was like a standing ovation, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Anytime you get a standing ovation, I thought that was pretty cool. You know. Yeah. So that was probably one of my best shows, but you know, I had some good small ones where I was proud of myself for some of the things I tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we did good today.
What about a worst show?
I think the worst one was probably the first one. The first one was
the worst one?
Yeah, that's the one that made me question everything. You know, I was like, okay, is this for you?
Yeah.
You know, is this for you? I'm like, you're going to have to be prepared to suck for a while based off of what we just saw. Yeah, and I talk to myself like this. I'm like, you going to suck for a while. We saw what just happened there. You're not gonna come in this comedy thing like no first round draft pick. You know, you gonna have to work your way through the farm system. Is that something you want to do, son? I had to have that kind of conversation with myself. Like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? We can work out in the farm system and see what happens. You know?
So speaking of working out, right? Writing, you know, this is what comics do. So how often do you write, and like what is your writing style like?
Wow, when you say write, I write every minute. As soon as something that strikes me as funny, I'm writing. If I see something in a conversation or something and I see it and it's funny, I'm writing in my head. Now I can finish having this conversation, but I'm still writing the bit in my head, you know, because that's how I write. You know, I have different processes.
You don't physically write anything down.
Maybe just like a bullet point. Just like, okay, well, this is the just express your thought on this particular topic, and I don't have to write it down because it comes from my heart. It's gonna be the same every time. It's gonna be slightly different based off of wherever I'm at in the room, just to kind of give it a newness. But it's still you know, it's just my opinion on whatever it is. So you can just line up a whole page of topics. And I'll have.
And you'll just go.
Yeah,
go down the line,
I can just go down the line. You say, okay, give me your opinion on this, and I'll go until I got nothing else, and then I'll be like, all right, well, what was that? 30 minutes worth of kids stuff, you know, just talking about kids, you know, and I don't even have any kids.
Okay, now, then do you have like a closer that you always go to, or is it just something new every time?
It's something new every time, cause all my bits are written as an opener and a closer. No matter where they at in my set, they can open or close my set. So I write. That's how I write. So you know, I mean, even in the middle of a bit, I can get out of it. I can close. Last night, we was in the back, and Tony Baker, he's the host of Cock 'em Up Thursdays. Shout out to Tony. And he was like, man, everybody keep running the light. Everybody keep running the light. Everybody. And I was like, okay. I don't run the light yet, you know what I'm saying? I don't want Tony to get upset.
Right,
you know what I mean? I was like, all right. So I'm in my bed, I'm getting down, and I'm in the middle of this big energy bit, right? I'm like right in the middle of it, and I see the light come on, and I was like, thank you, I'm Demar Randy. You guys have a nice night. I got a GED, peace. And everybody's like, and Tony's like, hey! The only person happy in the room that night was Tony. Everybody else was like, keep going. I was like, nah, this is Tony's room. I want to respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially if you want to come back.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
So, you know, I jump off. If the light come on, I'll jump off. That just means they got to give me more time next time, you know? Next time, like, okay, well, that was our fault. We messed up. We could have, next time, we're going to have to give them a little more time because I want to hear the rest of that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, and it's still what it is, because I feel that, like, you know, especially comedians running the light, you know, like it's an annoyance, and it's like, one, if you're good, if you're funny, I get it, but especially or if you're having a great set. Okay, cool, but like finish up this last one. You saw the light, just finish it up.
Yeah.
Walk off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're not doing well,
yeah,
you can't try and resurrect this set in the last 30 seconds, and that 30 seconds gets drawn out like another 3 minutes. It's like, just get off the stage.
Yeah, give it up. Yeah, but I even if I'm having a good set, I'm just, as soon as the light going, because you know, I worked in comedy clubs and stuff like that. So the worst thing that can happen is somebody running the light, throwing off the whole timing of the club, not just the show, but the club. You know, because now you on stage running the light, that costs them paying the employees in there to sit around and wait for you to finish getting off stage. Yeah, they might be making more money, but everybody who does comedy that's an employee there, they ready to go home. They don't care how funny you are.
Yeah.
We saw you last week. Yeah, we saw you last week. You're funny, but these people right here, you know, they're laughing and giggling. But just wrap it up. You got plenty more chances to get up here and rock out. But don't force nobody to hear you when they give you the light. You know, because that's the person who's gonna put you back up again. And you know, at least not when you big until you big. You know. Until you can do stuff like that, you know.
Well, I mean, but then also too, I feel like that there's a certain respect factor too, you know, because it's like if you're like a name like Chappelle or Rock or whatever, and you come through, you're probably bumping somebody, one,
right?
You know, and then so if you're bumping somebody, and then you say, okay, like I'm gonna do like 10. That 10 turns into like 15 or 20.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, like I get that, but then still too, like if you're going up in the middle of the show, like there's still like another half a show left. You know what I mean? So like you don't want to be that dick that comes in now and bumps fucking comics, and then they get mad because you know what I mean? It's like you don't want to be that guy.
Nah, I keep it. I like to keep it short. You know, just because I sat and watched how much you know I hated everybody else.
So
I might flex every now and then, but it won't be nothing. You know.
Yeah, anything crazy.
Nah, like the most I can flex right now is I can go to any comedy club and kind of flex my way on stage, but I can't flex past any celebrities, you know.
Yeah,
I can't flex, you know, past any celebrities, you know.
Move Kevin Hart over. Sorry, Kevin,
yeah, you know, but I can flex a few places, but I still don't do it, you know, because it's like for what, you know, like they had a show already.
But now let me ask you two things, because I know, you know, there's a difference between like white rooms and black rooms, you know, like
is there?
I mean, like, because there are some jokes that work really well in white rooms, and there's some jokes that work really well in black rooms. Like, do you see a difference, and do you like change jokes up, or is it just?
Nah, I'm doing Demar everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm doing Demar everywhere.
So Beverly Hills, private club, private show, you're doing the same jokes that you're doing at like the Comedy Union.
Yes. You know why? Because they paid to see the nigga. You know what I'm saying? They paid to see the nigga. They knew who they was getting when they called. They don't want the peppered down version. You know, they call, you know, it's like you saying, oh, we hired NWA to do a private party and they're gonna take all the cuss words out for your party. No, you know, you want the cuss, you like, give me the cuss words, give me the niggas, give me the bitches. I called you for the niggas and the bitches. Give me the niggas and the bitches. You know, don't cut the niggas and the bitches out from my shit, and I'm not gonna do it. And they love that shit.
So you're not editing anything out?
No, because you know, most of what I talk about has to do from me being poor, me growing up in Compton, and a lot of like the Hollywood people, they go, oh man, that's, you know, he's always talking about the ghetto and poor. Nobody's gonna relate to that. 99% of this country relates to what I'm talking about. 99% of this country goes, that's the realest shit I ever heard.
Yeah.
But they like, oh, you ghetto, man. You ghetto. You from Compton. Yeah, it's the 1% calling me ghetto, they try to control everything, but the 99 love me.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the masses love you.
Right. The 99 love me. It's that 1%. They're like, you too ghetto. That's why I love that Jay-Z Magna Carta album. On that level, like you can hear him talking about how, you know, high society kind of, you know, turn their nose up at him. Yeah. They turn their nose up at me too. I be in the art museums. They be, what is this nigga? What is this nigga? I have my Compton College sweater on and everything.
Who let him in here? What do you think about bringer shows? Because you know, LA, it's, you know, they say it's a very showcase town and this and that, yada yada. And there's not a lot of money, especially for comics in LA. So, you know, there's a lot of bringer shows that you do, especially starting out. So what's your take on doing bringer shows?
I don't do bringer shows. I don't think I ever done a bringer show.
You never done a bringer show?
No. I never done a bringer show. I live in Los Angeles. I grew up in Los Angeles. If I invite people out to a show, they coming. They coming. Everybody asking me, oh, when you doing a show? When you doing a show? I'm like, I'm not inviting my people out to a show with other shitty comics. When they put me on with in the Billboard with Dane Cook and Chris D'Elia, I'll invite everybody out. I went to 4 or 5 high schools, but I'm not inviting everybody out to co-headline open mic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not doing it. You know, I got LA under my fingertip. I'm just not gonna. You know, it's gotta be dope. You know.
Okay.
It's gotta be dope. I don't do bringer shows.
But now let me ask you this, because you know there's a lot of social media right now that's playing into comedy, whether it's Twitter, you know, YouTube, Vine, you know, Instagram. They're making quick little videos, whatever. How do you feel about these internet comedians, you know, that are either trying to do stand-up, you know, versus the traditional stand-up comedians?
I think I started as an internet comedian.
Yeah?
Yeah, I started as an internet comedian.
You was online telling.
Yeah,
telling
I was writing my own material though. I got a lot of jokes from me stolen from Twitter, but I started telling jokes on the internet, and then I was like, then I kind of like, I got a little more curious as to what's going on stage, and then I was like, all right, well, let's try it on the stage and see what happens. So I used to come out reading my tweets and stuff, and I'm like, damn, some of these hitting, some of these ain't hitting. And then I just, you know, I went full blast into, you know, being, you know, a student of the craft now. But I started off as an internet comedian. I think you have to you can kind of get your mouth wet for it first. You know, that's like first level. You know, you start off internet comedian. Everybody start off as an internet comedian.
It's true.
Everybody start off as an internet comedian. You thought you was funny on MySpace. You know what I'm saying?
telling jokes.
Yeah. You know, everybody thought they was funny on Facebook.
Liking this.
Yeah, everybody's a fucking internet
commenting.
comedian. Everybody's an internet comedian. Everybody fucking thinks they funny on Facebook. You know. But you know, then you got to be able to progress past it if you want to be, you know.
If you want to do,
Yeah. This is just the next step. You know, this is where the big boys come and compete to see who really the funniest. You know what I'm saying?
There's no delete button on stage.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just where you come in and you got to actually get into the octagon. You got to go get in the octagon. You know what I'm saying? You can't be internet banging. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to look me in my eye and tell me that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While I'm in the back of the room.
Pacing.
You know what I'm saying?
Back and forth.
You know I'm getting the mic next.
What do you feel about, because you talked about people stealing tweets. So, you know, when people steal tweets, people steal jokes. So what's your take on you know, people Carlos Mencia in some of your material?
If they steal it, then it's whack. I feel like if they can steal it, it's whack. If it's that broad, then if it's that broad, it's whack. So you can have it anyway.
Okay, but
I'm a writer.
What if someone takes it and they just like tweak it a little bit so now it kind of fits them?
They can have it. If it's that universal, it's not me. If it's that universal that somebody can say it and then get the same laugh, then it ain't me. That's just some universal stuff that anybody could have said. So if you can find something that you can steal, then it's yours. Have it. Go ahead. And it's in the stockpile of jokes. There's some stock. People do stock jokes. Yeah. But, you know, and sometimes I might have an original joke but it's still considered a stock joke as far as I'm concerned. So if you can steal it, then go ahead, because you can't, you know what I'm saying? I like to write for me. So you got a hard time stealing Demar Randy's stories. You have a hard time trying to steal my shit. You can have all that butterfly BS, you know what I'm saying? I write every day. I'm out grind. I got stories. I got 3 hours worth of shit.
Okay. So listen, if you guys want to steal Demar Randy's jokes,
come on and steal it. Come on and steal it. I mean,
your favorite
jokes. Yeah, but your favorite comedian is paying me, so you know. You don't have to try to steal it. You can't compete with the cast that's paying me, so you still not in the win, you know? When you can just come hire me, and then I can make it better for you, and we both win, you know?
There you go.
And you got my full attention on you.
Who are some of the comics that you're working with, or who's some comics that you want to work with?
Ooh. Who do I want to? I'll say who I'm working. I won't say who I'm working with, but I will say who I want to work with.
Okay.
I want to work with Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of rough up his material a little bit, right?
Maybe just bring that extra perspective for him. You know, it'll be a different viewpoint where, you know, I can help him out with his observations.
Well, because, you know, he did the thing with the Wale.
Yeah, I love that. It was a good bounce the two of them had in the recordings. I think me and Jerry can have some fun times, you know. Who else do I want to work with? Mason Pryor. I love him.
Do you?
I would like to write for him just to make him dope, just so we can watch. I'm like,
okay, but so, speaking of amazing, because you know Brando, you know, like that big thing, you know, about Brando Murphy not being Eddie's son and this and that, yada yada yada. What's your what's your take on that situation?
Well, Brando is my dad. I've been trying to get him to. I've been at his house like, hey, Brando, man, why don't you tell people you want? Nah, I don't care, man. It must suck to wake up and look like Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean?
But no, because, you know, he changed his last name and this and that, and because essentially like, he was getting booked on shows because of the last name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so, you know, and it's like, because I've seen him, you know, do bits a couple times live.
Yeah.
Right? And so, you know, not saying he's not funny, but not saying that he's funny, but there's things that he does that's like, okay, like that's a la Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, well, I heard he was trash. That's what everybody's been telling me. He was trash.
I mean, okay, like it's like, I'm not saying he's funny. I'm not saying that he's not funny, but, you know, maybe stand-up isn't the thing that he should really be working on right now. That's what I'm gonna say.
That was
that's what, you know. Maybe commercials. I don't know. Something, you know.
I could, you know.
Start vining. I don't know, but just maybe stand up isn't his. You know.
You never know, man. He might get it. I heard he had a good set the other day. It was, that was the first time I heard he had a good set. But even a broken clock is right twice a day. He might get it, man.
I mean, but
I try to stay positive for my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It must suck to look like Eddie Murphy. You got to figure out something. You know, the first thing you're gonna do is try stand up. That you look like him. At least see if you got it.
Yeah, I mean, but Eddie doesn't even do stand up anymore, though.
That's perfect. The lane wide open.
Let me go ahead and slide in.
Yeah.
I mean, because he did that tour with Mason.
Yeah.
And they did the Sons of comedy tour. Yeah. So I mean, hey, whatever your gimmick is,
everybody got a gimmick anyway.
Everybody has a gimmick.
So. If he didn't, now let's imagine if he tried to do stand up and didn't talk about even possibly looking like Eddie Murphy or him being his dad. Everybody like, man, why don't you talk about Eddie? How much you look like Eddie Murphy? How he could be your dad? But if he like, oh, he's talking about it, and then they're like, no, you're not.
That's true. Yeah,
you're not
Eddie. Catch-22.
Yeah, you can't. He couldn't win with that face. He didn't have no choice. He couldn't work out at McDonald's. What you gonna do? He can't go to McDonald's.
He can work at McDonald's.
Hey, guys,
That's funny. So what do you like to watch comedy wise? Like TV, movies. Like what really kind of gets your attention?
Comedy wise.
Comedy wise, yeah.
I listen to albums.
Okay.
No visuals, because that's how I learn how to write. You learn write for the brain, so that they I want to win a Grammy. I'm trying to win a Grammy in comedy, and you can't do that with act outs.
That's true. Well, I don't know, because now
with a live with a recording, they cannot.
Well, you can't really. Yeah, it has to be. It
has to be totally up here. So, I want to win a Grammy. So I listen to a lot of comedy albums, Richard Pryor's, a lot of the white guys too. A lot of the old white guys, I listen to them too, because I can learn a bit from everybody.
Yeah,
I try to learn from everybody. Jack Henneman, who else? Chaplin.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of those. Watch a lot of those old white dudes, and I watch. I listen to some of Richard's stuff, the party records and stuff.
Okay. All right,
Paul Mooney.
Yeah, and because it's a lot of the classic stuff that really kind of brings back and really kind of gets these audiences now, because I feel like a lot of the guys today are like it's very flashy, and it's not a lot of substance. There's not like a lot of behind of what people are really saying. You know what I mean? Like it's very fluffy.
Yeah, but everybody about to switch over when they see how Demar Randy shit works. They're gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna need to start telling some stories about when I was poor for like 2 minutes. Yeah.
There you go.
Huh?
So let me ask you this, and then we'll wrap up. But how has doing comedy changed your life?
I think it made me closer with God. It helped me to be able to relax and trust him, and trust him, and trust this whole process, because it's been going my way the whole time, because I've been chilling out, and comedy brought me closer to God. I say that.
Well, sure. That's good. That's good. So tell me, where can we see you live next, Demar?
You can see me at Marty's every day, Marty's, rain, sleet, or snow. You can catch me there. And then, you got to just check my Facebook and my Twitter, and I'll post it out. My Twitter is Demar Randy Show.
Okay.
I got a personal, I got two Twitters. One's kind of like just, random thoughts, and then the other one's kind of more like just Demar. Like, like it don't always have to be funny. So Demar Randy at Twitter, and then Demar Randy Show if you just want to laugh.
Cool. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
It
Shout out to Compton. I'm so happy to be out here with you, man. That's just cool, man. I watched all the other interviews, and I thought they were pretty cool too.
Cool, man. Thank you for supporting. Thank you guys for watching again. Of course, you can find me all over the internet at the Nick Perdue. We'll see you next time.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.
Thanks for watching Black Hollywood Live on YouTube. For more in-depth interviews and news, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion in the comment section below here. See you soon, everyone. Bye.